welcome to this edition of Rollin' Sports. This is where you meet the athletes, and one of the great players to come through the 16th region here with me is Zander Carter, along with brother Zane, who mentors him. And Zander, first off, tonight you have achieved your 1,000th point in high school basketball. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels amazing. You know, just especially hitting it with my brothers. You know, they've been my brothers since day one, since moving to Ashland. They've all welcomed me in. So that was just an amazing feeling to hit it with them and a big win.
And Zander, talk about your teammates and just what they mean to you. I know it's been you guys have been off to a pretty good start. I know tonight was a big signature win. You guys hit close to 23 pointers in the game against Fleming. Talk about what your teammates and the bond that you guys have.
Yeah, you know, we're super close in the locker room, especially with all the stuff that happened over the summer. It just brought us more together. And tonight we just showed that we can share the ball and play as one, because last night down in Fleming County, I felt like we all had at least one or a few selfish moments, and that's not us. That's not who we are. So tonight we bounced back and we just played together.
Mm-hmm. And Zane, how does it feel for you? I know that you have mentored Zander and recently, of course, a recent high school graduate. You've done very well yourself and since graduation too, and talk about what it means to see Zander get something like this.
You know, it just really warms my heart because I know firsthand from living with him how hard this guy works. So it's nice to see all the hours that nobody sees that he puts in the gym or in the driveway, or even just looking over game film and fixing his own mistakes and changing his aspect and mental perspective on the game is just. It's a real blessing to get to see and watch him grow up as a young man and kind of perfect his craft and his love for the game. It's a special experience.
And Zander, I know that summer basketball has been, and AAU has been a big part of your development. Talk about your work ethic and just what it takes to achieve at this high of a level.
I mean, first of all, it's just my relationship with God. I feel like that's my main thing. That's the main reason I play basketball is for him, because basketball at the end of the day is just a game. But as far as my work ethic goes, you know, I just wake up every day and I'm blessed to have another opportunity to do what I love and glorify God through that. So that's my motivation, and putting those extra shots up, staying extra, getting here early and leaving last. That's just, you know, that's my motivation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and Zane, for you, I know that seeing Zander talk about that, you know, you guys, your faith in God and how that's helped your, you know, just how that's been good for you guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were very blessed to grow up around such an amazing community and such amazing groups of people that kind of help point us in the right direction in life. And I know, especially our mom and dad, we've always had such a really good support system, especially from home, that I feel a lot of people aren't blessed with. So, I mean, really, it's all started there, but. I mean, God's been our rock through everything. I don't feel like I could have taken as many chances as I have, or even made it half as far if I didn't lean on Him in my times when I was misunderstood or wasn't sure where I was going in life. He's always there for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and Zane, talk about talk about some of the projects you're working on these days.
Yeah, well, just recently. I went on a world tour with a pop group that I'm now in called Now United. It's an international group, and every member is from a different country. So I'm the United States representative, and we just went on a stadium tour through Sao Paulo, Brazil, and then Lisbon and Braga, Portugal. We had about a two-month span where we were traveling, prepping for tour, going through interviews, and it's amazing to see that many cultures and get to share my love for music and my love for the craft with such a wonderful community of people, especially online. You don't really realize how many hearts you touch until they're all staring at you in the face on stage. It's a real blessing and a cool experience that not very many people get to have. I'm very fortunate.
Mm-hmm. And Zander, just looking at this, seeing what you've done, what Zane's done, what does it feel like to see Zane? Because I know you probably helped him a little bit with his interviews and the prep work and the time it takes. Talk about just the bond you guys have, and with Steve, and what it's like to see Zane succeed as well.
It's one of the best things in the world. You know, I'd rather see him succeed than me succeed. And at the end of the day, like on his first tour, I was in my car watching it, screaming, jumping up and down, stuff like that. I was super happy for him because he was doing the stuff that he loves. And at the end of the day, you know, our bond, our relationship, we have a lot of like deep talks, things like that, and those just build character and build our character together. And you know, I'm forever thankful for my family, forever thankful. Even Biggs, it's our dog. He's a big part, but just super thankful for my family because they've all been supportive, and you know we all support him too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Zander, I know one other thing with this, talk about for Ashland, talk about Coach Bonner and what it's been like with him.
Oh, it's been amazing. You know, I wouldn't want anybody else in that role, especially after all the stuff that happened. You know, last year. He's super funny, amazing to have in the locker room, but he's stepping up this year. Of course, you know his game prep is second to none. You know he's a great coach. He teaches us more off the court than he does on the court, stuff like that. So we're just thankful that that's him in that role, and we're just gonna keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and Zane, having been a couple years graduated, do you miss playing high school basketball?
I tell you what, I don't miss the 6 a.m. practices for sure, but I do miss all the fun times we had together. And I was very fortunate enough to get to play 2 years with Zander when I was going through school and with ball. Even though my road kind of ended early, it's nice to be able to see him succeed as a young athlete, and I kind of still get to experience that through him. So it's really cool.
And what would be something character-related maybe that you've learned, that you've applied to your life that you've learned from playing high school basketball?
I think discipline has been the best thing for me, and I think that's reached the furthest through my character and kind of everything else that I do in life. Like I said, I've always been surrounded by such an amazing community, an amazing group of people. So I had wonderful coaching, especially talk about my dad early on. He's always been mine and Zander's coach in sports and in life, and it's been a real blessing to have somebody that, you know, that has their head on straight, that's been able to put us in the right direction. It's been really nice.
Yeah, and lastly, Zander, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Just my family, you know, the Most High God, and this man right here, Luke Mays. Do you want to come up here, Luke? Yeah. Luke's a big part of the team, probably the most important on the team. And just major shout out to Luke.
Yeah, it's our man Luke right here. And, of course, Luke, who had a big game in the Challenger League this morning as they played basketball. And, Luke, how did that feel? You scored, I understand, quite a bit.
Remember games, guys, game, wins, shim, Russell, football, and remember game.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and, Luke, is there anybody that you would also like to shout out?
Yeah, I got Zander Carter, a great shot, a great punter, and got a game, and an actually great game, I got Zander.
Yeah. And Zane, are there any shout outs you'd like to give?
I mean, just all my, the man upstairs. I've been so blessed, and I've had multiple once-in-a-lifetime opportunities come to fruition in my life, and I'm always thankful and always grateful and always blessed. And I'm very thankful for Zander as well. He kind of touched on it a little bit. I didn't get to talk. I try to brag on this kid as much as I can, just how good of a young man he is on and off the courts. It's an amazing thing to be able to bounce back and forth, because I really feel like he's always been more mature than his age, or I would say his height, but he's taller than me now. But he's my best friend, and he's always been a blessing to me. So I'm thankful in my family.
That's awesome. Well, Zander, congratulations on 1,000, and Zane, congratulations on your success, and Luke, congratulations on your big game today. We're going to close this one a little bit differently. I normally close out, but I think tonight we've got the man Luke in the house. We're going to have him close this one out.
I go to my mother, I go to mom, I go to my dad, I go to my house, I go to Miss Honey, I go to my grandma and my papa.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
Michelle and the Added and Tyler and the baby Griff.
Yeah.